Have you ever thought about what your table manners say about your personality? Table manners, it's something we often overlook, but they can reveal a lot about our character and upbringing. For instance, do you remember being taught as a kid to keep your elbows off the table or not to talk with your mouth full? These little habits can stick with us into adulthood and sometimes even define how others perceive us. I mean, think about it. When we're dining with others, our table manners can be a window into our social skills, our respect for others, and even our self-discipline. So, what do your table manners say about you? But here's the thing, we often don't realize the impact our table manners have on those around us. For example, if we're slurping our noodles loudly, we might be seen as impolite or even rude. Or if we're scrolling through our phone during dinner, we might appear disinterested in the company we're with. It's these little behaviors that can lead to misunderstandings in social situations and even affect our relationships over time. We've all been there, at a dinner party or a business lunch, and someone's behavior at the table is just off. Maybe they're eating with their mouth open, or maybe they're dominating the conversation, not letting others get a word in edgewise. These behaviors can be a major turn-off, and they can even impact our professional or personal relationships. It's crazy how something as simple as table manners can have such a profound effect on how others perceive us. But the thing is, these behaviors are often learned habits. We pick them up from our families, our friends, or even from watching others. So, if we can learn bad table manners, we can also learn good ones. And it's not just about which fork to use or how to hold your knife, it's about being respectful, considerate, and mindful of those around us. Let's talk about some common table manners issues people face. Have you ever been at a dinner party and someone starts checking their phone? Or maybe someone's constantly interrupting others, not letting them finish their sentences? These behaviors can be super frustrating, and they can even make us feel disrespected or unimportant. The thing is, these behaviors are often unconscious, we're not even aware we're doing them. But it's not just about being aware of our own behaviors, it's also about being considerate of others. For example, if we're dining with people from different cultural backgrounds, we should be mindful of their table manners and customs. I mean, in some cultures, it's considered impolite to finish your meal completely. It implies that your host didn't provide enough food. In others, it's customary to keep your hands visible on the table at all times. In Japan, for instance, it's considered rude to leave your chopsticks standing upright in your rice bowl. It's reminiscent of a funeral ritual. And in India, it's customary to eat with your hands, using your right hand to pick up food. See, these little differences in table manners can reveal a lot about a culture's values and history. And when we're mindful of these differences, we can show respect and appreciation for others' customs. In some cultures, table manners are seen as a reflection of one's confidence and self-assurance. For example, in some African cultures, it's seen as a sign of confidence to eat with your left hand. It's a way of showing that you're not afraid to be different. And in some Asian cultures, using the correct utensils and following proper table etiquette is seen as a sign of respect for one's elders and tradition. But table manners can also reveal our anxieties and insecurities. For instance, if we're fidgeting with our utensils or avoiding eye contact, it might be a sign that we're feeling nervous or uncomfortable. And if we're dominating the conversation or talking over others, it might be a sign that we're trying to assert our dominance or control. In some cultures, table manners are even seen as a way of building relationships and trust. For example, In some Latin American cultures, sharing food and drink is a way of bonding with others and creating a sense of community. And in some Middle Eastern cultures, hospitality and generosity are seen as essential values. Offering food and drink to guests is a way of showing respect and honor. But what happens when our table manners clash with others? For instance, if we're from a culture where it's customary to eat loudly and with gusto, but we're dining with people who value quiet and refinement. Or if we're used to eating with our hands, but we're at a formal dinner where utensils are expected. I remember this one story about a friend who was at a business lunch and he accidentally started eating with his hands. It was a habit from his childhood. The people he was dining with were shocked and even offended, and it ended up affecting their professional relationship. It's crazy how one little mistake can have such a big impact. The thing is, our table manners can reveal a lot about our upbringing, our culture, and even our personality. But it's not just about following rules or customs, it's about being mindful of others, being respectful, and being considerate. When we make an effort to improve our table manners, we're not just improving our social skills, we're also showing that we care about those around us. So, how can we improve our table manners? Well, it starts with self-awareness, being aware of our behaviors and how they might impact others. It's about being open to learning and adapting to different cultural norms and customs. And it's about making an effort to be respectful, considerate, and mindful of those around us. In the end, it's not just about our table manners, it's about the kind of people we want to be. Do we want to be seen as respectful, considerate, and confident? Or do we want to be seen as rude, inconsiderate, and anxious? The choice is ours. Thanks for watching, and I'd love to hear about your own table manners experiences in the comments below. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and the notification bell, and we'll catch you in the next video.